We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. And today, we have some college basketball that we'll talk about. There's a decent-sized hockey card that we can kind of mention with some of that stuff. And no college football, no NFL. I think it's just NBA, college basketball, NBA, college basketball, NHL right now. So still a bunch of stuff to talk about. Still trying to turn around the college basketball season, but we'll fix that. Free picks for today. I like the Sharks in the NHL. I think they can get the win against the Capitals. I like the Spurs today. I think the Spurs win against Milwaukee at home by double digits. And I like Tennessee Martin in college basketball. They're just a squad that I've been on a lot this year. They're against Suey. I think they win by double digits as well. So three of the free picks for today. Sharks, Spurs, and Tennessee Martin. Early NBA look for today. I took the Thunder, the Spurs, and the Mavericks. Took those three. Those are my spots. Good morning, F. Donahue. Hope you're doing well. If you guys are watching on TikTok, eventually TikTok will end up banning me because they hate me. I'm live on YouTube as well, so make sure you guys are checking out that as well. Let's go ahead and dive into what happened yesterday. Recapping some of the games. Under in the VCU game, finished 84-75, so did not get there. Yesterday started off really bad. We started off 0-5. Eastern Tennessee minus 7.5. They ended up losing outright to Western Carolina, which is kind of embarrassing. Butler, they lose by 14. The under in the Troy game finished at 156 points. So not good there. And then Charlotte plus 3.5. They lose by 12 at home. I thought they were a little bit better of a team. I was wrong. It happens. It is okay. And then we started getting into some winners because I had Ole Miss plus 10.5. They said leave the points at the door. They went outright against Georgia in overtime on a buzzer beater, so that was fun. I won by the hook with Cincinnati. They take care of business, win by 9 versus Colorado. The over in the Kennesaw State and FIU game finished 86-89. So nice high-scoring game there. I had LaSalle. They end up falling apart late to Richmond. That game was a 4-point game at halftime. I thought I had a chance, but then 17 points win in the second half of Richmond kind of ruined that. The under in the Kennesaw State game, not Kennesaw State, Canisius game in Niagara, that finished 59-54, so nice winner there. St. Joe's, a little bit of plus money at home, took them. They won by 4. Even money on Cleveland on the road, they win by 26. Kraken, unfortunately, lose in overtime, so not really as happy with the Kraken yesterday. The under in the Louisiana Tech game got there. Was happy about that one. That one landed 59-58. The over did not get there in UCF. I had over 170.5. That one finished 82-73. Texas State and ULL had the under, and it did go under. It landed at 113 points. I had under 131.5. So that was nice to see. Penn State kept it close for most of the first half and then kind of fell apart, and then really they lost by 11. So rough there. Under in the SMU game, that one finished with 153 points. I had under 157.5, so nice winner there. Stanford outright. They take care of business against UNC. Expect UNC to bounce back against Cal in a couple of days. Texas hands Vanderbilt their first loss of the season. Texas wins by 16. Loyola Marymount was up 1 at halftime, and then they decide, you know what, we're good, and then lose for the second half by 7. Unfortunately, didn't get the win with that one. David Charles, appreciate you following me on TikTok. Anybody who is watching on TikTok, just to let you know, TikTok doesn't like me, so there's a chance that the stream could go away. If it does, go over to YouTube under Earle Sports Bets, and you can find me over on there as well. I had the under in the Vegas game, and that one finished 3-2 in overtime. And then I had Michigan minus 12.5. They win by 10, so they did not quite get there. That is disgusting. I'm gonna do that. We're not gonna have comments like that, dude. In the YouTube chat, Austin, don't do that. Zester, thank you for following the TikTok. Make sure you guys are following me over there, as long as with Earle Sports Bets on YouTube. Make sure you guys are doing all of that. We are trying to reach 1,600 followers on TikTok, so hoping to keep up that grind. But we'll quickly pull up I think there's only one ranked game in college basketball. That's Gonzaga. So nothing crazy in college basketball today, which is kind of a nice card. I'm going to pull up the NHL slate because that's been a lot of fun lately. The Eastern Conference continues to be an absolute gauntlet. Currently, playoff picture in the Eastern Conference includes Tampa, Detroit, and Montreal. In the Atlantic, Carolina, New York, and the Capitals in the Metro, New York being the Islanders, not the Rangers, because the Rangers suck. Wild cards include Buffalo and Boston. Buffalo actually sitting there nicely with games in hand, so that's nice to see. As a Sabres fan, that we get that we're in the playoff picture right now. I love it. It's kind of fun. We don't get to see that often, so we'll see how that goes. But and then in terms of the Western Conference, Avalanche still way ahead. Stars up 2 points on the Wild for second place in the Central. Vegas, Edmonton, Seattle in the Pacific. The wild cards go to Utah and San Jose, which are currently sitting at 49 points. If San Jose was sitting in the Eastern Conference, they're tied with Ottawa, tied for third to last in the conference. Just kind of shows the lack of upper end talent in the Western Conference, or in the lower end talent. But we'll look at today's games real quick, and then we'll kind of go from there. Sabres and the Canadians are going to be a big game tonight. Obviously, I am a Sabres fan, but either way, that's going to be a big game tonight, considering Sabres coming off of a nice win last night versus Philly. And this is a big game where if Buffalo could win in regulation, it puts them in a really nice spot to try to catch Montreal. Although Montreal's gone from dog to favorite, it makes sense. And the only reason why I'm going to actually defend it and say it makes sense is Buffalo played last night. So the line movement does make sense for Montreal and Buffalo. I still think Buffalo has a shot, but it would be a lean towards Montreal. Philly and Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh in that matchup. I think Pittsburgh gets the job done. They're currently sitting on the outside looking in. Both Pennsylvania teams currently sitting at 52 points. And that's both of them through 45 games. So both of them kind of in there, but a little bit out. What is that? 2 points out for the wild card? No, if they win tonight, they're tied for the wild card, but none of them have games in hand, so they won't touch them. But both of them still getting there. I think Pittsburgh takes care of business tonight, so we'll work with them. Sharks and the Capitals. I think Sharks and the Capitals should be a really fun game. I wouldn't be surprised if there's overtime. I like San Jose. I think San Jose gets the job done. Capitals are a good team, but I expect some regression from them. Canucks and Kraken didn't touch it. I kind of lean Canucks. I think there's definitely some merit to that. I think there's definitely some value to a little bit of Canucks today. Oop, I lost. Hold on. All right, good. Sorry, the girlfriend text. So make sure I answer that one. Stay on your girl's good side. Anyways, Kraken and Bruins. I like the Kraken tonight. I think they could bounce back after their loss last night to New Jersey. I think it's a good spot for them. Plus, I do see once again some regression from Boston. Jets in the Wild. Give me the Jets tonight. I know the Jets are not playing great, and they're one of actually the worst teams in hockey right now. I don't really care. The Jets are currently bottom of the Western Division. They're only ahead of Vancouver. If that's the case, then why are they basically a pick 'em on the road? Give me the Jets. I took the Blackhawks against the Flames. That game's gonna be ugly, but the Blackhawks have gone from dog to favorite, so I'm gonna like that spot. Mammoth and the Stars. I like the Mammoth. I think I think you're gonna get a little bit more struggling from Dallas. I'm not completely sold that they're out of their funk yet. Islanders and Oilers. I took the Islanders. I'm not big. I'm not big on the Oilers. I'm not big on anybody in the Western Conference. Besides the three top teams from the Central Division, that Western Conference is garbage. And that's how I see it. Is that conference is just not great. And I do not expect them to be anything good. But we've got that going, and then the final game is the Maple Leafs and the Knights. I guess I lean a little bit towards the Leafs. Knights played last night, but not really overly invested in that game. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Brad. Go Penguins. Yes, go Penguins tonight. I like the Pens tonight for sure. Hi, Tim. How? Okay. Super Mario was the best. Watching sports is gay. No, it's not. I don't know who told you that, but obviously, I don't think it is. But who knows? If that's what you're into, go ahead, have fun. I'm not gonna. I won't shame anybody for that. But yeah, it should be a fun night of hockey. You know, Abdu, I'm just gonna get rid of you. I'm just gonna get rid of you. I'm not really dealing with that. I'm ready for MLB season. Yes. MLB season. I am more than ready for MLB season. I'm already starting to look at futures. I will have some futures videos coming out for MLB this year. I'm going to try to do a video for every single team. I'm excited for baseball season for sure. Everybody about to get scammed on Prize Picks. NBA slime. I actually don't use Prize Picks, so I guess that's good for me. I don't use Prize Picks. I gave blood and played hockey, dude. Hey, go for it. Like, hockey's been something that's been really profitable. And it's been fun to watch. So, hey, good for you, dude. Any parts for the Rockets? Yeah, I took the Thunder tonight. I took the Thunder, Lightning, and the Thunder. Not Lightning. They don't play that, but I did take the Thunder. I need to win more when it comes to. It comes to what? That was almost English. I believe in you. I believe you could finish your sentence. You got this. Anthony Black over his points. Let's go look him up. And I'm bad. Remember when the Nordics were still in Quebec? I actually started watching hockey in 2020, 2019, 2021. So I have not been watching hockey for that long, but I'm happy that I started watching. But no, I don't, because I have not been a fan that long. But I'm going to start learning more. Hello, Chain. Welcome. Are you ready for the Texans on Sunday? We should take a quick look at the Texans real quick. I'll take it. We could look at the Texans for sure. We'll pull up that game. NFL. Because that should be a very intriguing game. That's on Sunday. We'll pull up those odds. Line's gone from 2.5 to 3 for New England. So that's interesting to see there. Where's the money coming in? Money's coming in on New England. It makes sense. I have a feeling. I have a feeling we're going to get a matchup in the AFC East for the AFC Championship game. I'm kind of looking. Well, I kind of like New England in that game. I'll be honest. I kind of like New England. That Buffalo Bills line is kind of flipped back and forth. So I want to see a little bit more with that. I like the Bills. I like the Bills against the Broncos. I'm following my futures. A funny story, and I'll send you $100 only if I laugh. Okay. I don't have any funny stories for you. I have sports stuff. But I don't have any funny stories for you. Sorry. That Seattle San Fran game is kind of interesting. San Fran's messing with a lot of injuries, unfortunately for them. So they're kind of in a weird spot. Although San Fran's getting a lot of the money, and it's kind of just sat at that 7 number. I kind of like Seattle. I kind of think Seattle gets the job done. Maybe an under in that game could be interesting, but I'm going to see that one a little bit more when it comes. I'm going to look at that one a little bit more. And then Rams and Bears. The line opened up at 4.5. It's down to 3.5. Makes sense. More of the money is on the Bears. I kind of lean Bears in that game, but we'll see. Obviously, I want to kind of see more in terms of numbers before I go and I start betting all the NFL games. So that's kind of my idea. Spring training, the rules for MLB is going to change, or is it going to stay with spring training? Shouldn't really do anything. There should be no reason for spring training to change, in my opinion, but who knows? I got a beautiful girlfriend, but that's fine. You do you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you. But that's pretty much it for today. There isn't a whole lot going on. So we'll kind of. I don't want to go quickly, but I'm going to kind of wrap it up from here. But I'll be back again tomorrow. Are they going to do the automatic umpires for MLB Pro, or do they? I don't think they're doing it just yet, but I think they are planning on trying to do that soon. Yes, and I think they will. So, yes, I do think they'll eventually do that. But that should do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another one. Peace out.